Hi, welcome to my video. And basically, I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about a book. And basically, the book has. The book is called. The book is called Good Mood Revelations, and basically, it's going to go through and talk about moods, and there's different chapters and different parts. So this is basically the very first part of the moods. So I don't know how many there are or how many the book is going to go over. But basically, I'm going to talk about the first mood. So basically, I'm going to talk about the first mood and continue on from there. So the first mood that I'm going to talk about is the lie. The first mood is going to be the lie of shame. I am not enough. So that's the first thing that people mood that you should not believe. That if somebody tells you that you're not enough, that is a lie, because God is always more than enough for you to have the strength to continue and to move and to do what you need to do. Remember the lie of shame, I'm not enough. So shame is the most harmful, bad mood to take control of. It can make you feel imperfect. So when shame is harmful, so we can't control it because we feel imperfect. So that can happen sometimes. Maybe you feel shameful, so that makes you feel imperfect because you think about your flaws and you think about your shortcomings and you think about you just don't think you can't take control of it because you're shameful because of the imperfections that you think you have. If you believe it, you can feel so hurt inside. You use your words and actions to hurt others. So if you start to believe it, that's not good, because then you could start hurting people with your words and actions, and you shouldn't be doing that. If you feel shameful, you shouldn't be hurting other people and make them feel something through your actions and words. Shame is never a truth about who you are. So remember, shame is not the truth about who you are. If a person is going to constantly do a mean act and tell you that you are a failure and judge everything you do as no value, you need to never be around them. But I can trace back the pain that they have to another person that hurt them. Sometimes when a person has shame, they will try to make you feel the same shame that they have. Shame can be healed. So you are a child of God. The soul is the real you. You are innocent, stainless like metal, and kind at the basic part of your pure quality. When you separate the light of your soul from the controlling thoughts of survival, thinking you can heal the wound of shame. There is nothing wrong with you. Don't let people tell you there is. We all have made mistakes. Some are just better at covering it up. Mistakes have negative results. We should learn from them. Some mistakes have negative results and we should learn from them. So if we do have mistakes, there's going to be a negative result. And I think some people, we should learn from them, but I think sometimes people don't. Mistakes you have made cannot remove the light that is in you. So just because you made a mistake doesn't mean that it takes away the light that is inside of you. When you hold on to it, an idea that something may be flawed in you. So we have to be careful with the idea that we think we are flawed, or there's something flawed in me, so I'm not enough. All right. You try to cover yourself up in darkness, but God does not dim the light. He exposes the darkness so you can become the light for others. To conquer shame by exposing the lie. Shame makes you feel, so this is what shame can make you feel: rejected. It can make you feel invalid and beyond grace and forgiveness. And also being unlovable, unwanted, a waste, and suffering. So, the lie of shame will show up as I statements. So the lie of shame, if you know it's coming, or I guess if you hear somebody say, I am bad, I am unworthy, then you know that they probably have shame or they feel shameful. So that's why they're talking as, or they're saying I am bad or I am unworthy because I feel shameful of this mistake that I made. But it's okay if you make that mistake, because remember, the lights cannot be removed in you. So everyone has I statements. So these are just examples. I am wrong. So maybe you feel shameful, or you feel like you're shameful about a mistake. So you say, I am wrong, even though you are right. Or I deserve to be judged. I should be punished. I don't deserve love. Something is wrong with me. Chances are you have your own list of I. So this is what are some lies you've believed. So you can write those down if you want. Some lies that you believed, maybe in the past. Maybe somebody has told you things and you start to believe that for maybe a month or two, but we can't. So it's time to turn those lies around and declare the truth of who you are. Declaring the truth of who you really are. So these are just things you could do or write down. The lies I believe, the truth about who I really am. So return to that initial list of lies you made and write down the truth. So when shame shows up again, confronting the lies of shame is an ongoing process. So I think every day, or like you said, or like the book says, in our life, shamefulness is going to be an ongoing process no matter what. It doesn't matter what we do. We may feel shameful from time to time, or we might slip back into the believing of something. And it's to ask your subconscious what you are believing about yourself, and then declare the truth. So ask your subconscious what you believe about yourself. So ask what you believe about yourself. Don't ask what people believe about you, because what people believe about you is not the truth. It's about what you believe about yourself. So you can declare the truth. So every time you expose the lie, it weakens. Every time you claim the truth, it strengthens it. So if you want to expose the lie, then how can that happen if you don't weaken it first? Instead, you just feed it, and you get more and more into it by somebody telling you what they believe about you, and you feed it. And that lie, you basically never expose it, and you continue, and it becomes stronger, and you become weaker because you believe those lies. Instead of reclaiming the truth that you can get, so you can be strengthened, so you can not be shameful of whatever mistake you made. People used to get angry, so I'm just giving the book as an example. Once I cleaned up the lies of shame, the world responds to me differently. So once you clean up the lies of shame, you're gonna get a response from people in a different way. They'll start to smile, compliment, instead of having a criticism. So if you clean up the lies of shame, the response from people are going to be different. You're going to start to see them smile. You're going to start to see them give compliments instead of criticism. And then people who are kind will go out of their way and be joyful in your presence. And also, most importantly, that you gotta treat yourself with respect with the choices so you can create harmony in relationships. So once they transcended the lies of shame, so we gotta transcend those lies. We gotta go beyond the normal limits of the lies. The people in your life will validate the eternal light that you have inside. So remember to treat yourself with respect and make choices that create harmony in relationships. So you can transcend the lie of shame. So people in your life can be validated by your eternal light inside. The truth of who you are is even more stronger. Imagine your life when you live fully knowing your goodness. From this point on, you have permission to live in your light. So remember, live in your light. Do not stay in the darkness because of the shameful mistakes that you maybe have made. Knowing that you are lovable and amazing. So that's basically the first part or chapter of the book. That is the first mood. So the lie of shame. So what is the lie of shame? So if somebody says, I'm not enough, they are lying to you. Or if somebody tells you that you are not enough, they are lying to you. But if somebody tells you that you are more than enough, that you are incredible, that you are lovable, that you are strong, then that is a truth, just the way you are. So that's basically that one. And and God is good all the time. And remember, don't believe the lie of shame. And God is good all the time.